Microphone check. 42 seconds. Microphone check. Thank you, Joseph. Qapla, everyone. It's Wednesday, January 8th, 2020. It's Deep Space Nine Wednesday. And today we're watching Paradise, the 15th episode of the second season of Star Trek Deep Space Nine that premiered February 13th, 1994. That's the day before Valentine's Day. And I don't even have to think hard. I can be sure I was quite lonely the next day. Anyway, Paradise. Oh man, I hated this episode. I hated it with a passion. Not because it was a bad episode, but because the villain in this episode, the bad guy in quotes, because it's a woman. Just made me hate her so well. Almost like a Kai Wynn situation, but they did it all in one episode. So I gotta say, it was actually a good episode, what I remember of Paradise. For me to have such a high emotional reaction these many years later. I've seen it a number of times, whenever I've watched through Deep Space Nine, I don't skip this episode. But I think I have a lot of problems with it. I also just, it doesn't have the right satisfaction for me. Like, there needed to be more. There needed to be more retribution in the end. She gets off too easy. And her son. But, let's get to the chat. Joseph Petrick was early. Welcome, Joseph. Thomas Potts was first when I actually went live. Hello, Thomas. Hector says hola, and he was just seconds after Thomas. 47 Yorktown says hello, sir, and he was seconds after Hector. And Joseph says, do you guys have your highs and holas already written? And Hector says, no, that's why I'm second. Joseph lolled. Hector winks. And Hector says 2 letters more. Joseph confirms my microphone is working by saying, it's 5 by 5. Hector says, and some thousands of miles. Yes, well, the extra few microseconds it takes to get from you to me, it could be, because Thomas is closer. John Street says, let's play Name That DS9 image. Thomas Potts with a $1.99 super chat wants to play Strip, Use Your Words. Thomas, the only person that you could possibly see strip is me. So I don't see how that would be a welcome game for anyone. If everybody who was playing, had their own camera, and we convinced some of the ladies in the chat to join in, then maybe. But no, I don't think anybody wants to play Strip, Use Your Words with me as the host. Thankfully. Anyway, John Street was saying, let's play Name the DS9 image with your host, the evil god dictator of Kuroga, Bird Oh Prey 5. So I just take random screenshots from episodes and you guys try to guess what episode it's from? It's not the worst idea in the world. I don't know what would the gifts be? How would we keep score? Mountains of Elysium says, greetings, Birdo Prey, Mamo Prey, and fellow nerds. using Mountains of Elysium tonight. No problem. That is, of course, also a.k.a. Shronmore. Mike Richards says, everybody Mambo. Greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Thank you, Mike Richards, who heard my music, my intro music. Mark Andy says, Qapla to the chat. Qapla, Mark Andy. Josh Strait says, Bird, we can hear you at the Gelogia machine. Is there, I mean, obviously I don't have the Gelogia machine on, but is there a hiss? No. I'm not showing any type of prolonged or sustained noise or hiss on the line, but if you guys confirm with me if you guys are hearing a background hiss, please. Josh Street just said that. Mountains of Elysium says, and greetings to Sassy, chaser of cats, eater of cookies, stalker of cardinals, a filer of cushions, and scourge of the squirrels. And I laugh because Sassy is out. She is out cold on the bed. Doesn't look like she's going to move for her next hour. But of course, she'll get up in 2 minutes and just start barking for no reason. Mr. Miles says first. Sure, Mr. Miles. Welcome. Joseph says, I do not like this episode. I hate that biatch from the first second. Me too. But you know what? When I think about it, for them to write a character I hate from the very moment I see her, that takes some skill. That's not easy to do. I mean, I just don't go around and look at people and say, I hate you. That's not me. As much as you might think it is. It's really not. You have to usually do something to make me hate you. Mountains of Elysium says, though Mr. Miles was indeed first, I claim quantum and atomic first. Okay. Kronos says, Qapla, Joey, oh pray. Kronos was at my late stream last night. When I stream after 9 p.m., apparently the family comes on. Secrets get told. If you weren't there, you missed it. Although it is in my live and unlisted playlist. Life with Matthew says, Qapla, Bird of Prey, and all Qapla, Life with Matthew. And there was Thomas Ponce's super chat. Actor says, you already beated women yesterday. That's not enough. No. Anti-Tracker was the one killing women yesterday. Anti-Tracker was just shooting tons and tons of women in Just Cause 4. That apparently is what he wants to do. He bought a game where all you do is shoot women. That wasn't me. That was Anti-Tracker. Cinnabon Bunny says, hello, welcome, Cinnabon. Cinnabon, I saw that you had streamed, and I was getting ready to watch your stream this morning, and then when I clicked on it, it said, video deleted by user. I don't know if you got to stream Cinnabon last night, but it was gone by the time I got to see it, or tried to see it. Josh reads his Bird of Prey, you weren't lonely. You had 20 boxes of Valentine's chocolate with you. No, I did not. Mike Richards says, yes, the God Emperor demands retribution. Yes, retribution. Thomas says, I didn't remember I blew up a bridge playing Just Cause 3 and drove off with others in the Jeep. I didn't remember I blew up a bridge playing Just Cause 3. I drove off with others in the Jeep. Okay. Kronos says, Bird of Prey, that leader was totally smug. She deserves much worse than the fate the Federation Justice. I agree. I wanted her to go in the box. Into the box. Right? Cisco should have said, wait, Chief. Before we beam off this place, I think Miss So-and-so here has a date with that box. Tell the station we'll be back in 2 days. And then he could have just had fun burning down the village before they leave. She's lucky he didn't get his confidence back yet. Joseph says, do we have ladies in the chat? It's always a sausage party. At least 95% of the time. Well, that's true. But sometimes Sci-Fi lets his wife watch. Or something. Lets his wife watch. Because it's his phone. It's not that she, I mean, she could watch on her phone if she wanted to. Well, sometimes it does say Mrs. Sci-Fi, but most of the time it's just his account. Josh reads his Bird of Prey. The winner of Name That DS9 Image gets to leave Kuroga. Nobody would want to play. Yosef says no hiss and no piss. Mountains of Elysium says Yosef, it's like Blades of Glory in the chat. No, I don't get that one. Trek 95 says hi everyone, welcome Trek 95. Kronos says Bird of Prey, I don't hear a hiss. Cobra Commander isn't around at the moment. Yosef lolls at Stromore. Mountains of Elysium says greetings to Trek 95. Actor says Josh Street, would you trust Bird to let you get out of Kuroga? Through that dark tunnel. Oh, wow. Chrono says she is biatch. She is biatche. Trek 95 says greetings, Mountains of Elysium. And Sassy has awoken. We've awoken the sleeping beagle. She's now staring over her dominion. Thomas Potts says, I read an article of Picard. He's doing it because of Brexit and Trump. I am not surprised. I think he mentioned something like that back at the beginning. When he first interviewed about why he's doing Picard, he said because we need it now more than ever with the way the world was. And he hinted very strongly that Trump and Brexit were his biggest concerns. Whatever, Patrick, whatever. Kronos says Bird of Prey, it was a late Jaloja. Josh Street says Hector, no, that's why I didn't say the winner gets to leave Kuroga alive. Oh boy. Thomas Bot says, no, yesterday Bird of Prey beat up 2 old men, a black guy, a gay guy, and a woman. Oh, that was in the presidential race, but those were candidates for president. They don't count. Kronos says Bird of Prey, I can vouch for that. Anti-tracker was on a woman murdering streak. An actor says, no, Elizabeth Warren, so Elizabeth Warren isn't a woman to you. I forgot about Elizabeth. And in my defense, she was pretty high on peyote at the time. Joseph says, Bird of Prey, did you hear how Nerdrotic said how Anti-Tracker said that Alex Kurtzman is a good character, a good director? I had to laugh so hard. No, I did not hear that, Joseph. I missed most of Nerdrotic's stream today. I started listening just at the prison story. In fact, I was a minute late to the prison story, so I rewound and listened to the prison story and then watched on 2X until I caught up. And so it was maybe a half hour after the prison story, and then he left. So I missed the first couple hours of his stream. Track 95 says, Cinnabon, how are you? Kronos says, Bird of Prey, she deserved Cardassian justice. Cinnabon says, hi to Track 95. Thomas says, nothing happened on Cinnabon's stream. Don't worry about it. Uh-oh. Track 95 says, Joseph, I was laughing as well. So when will he come on Anti-Tracker's channel and say that? Kronos says, Bird of Prey, did you say that Sassy is part of the Dominion? No, Sassy is the Dominion. This is Sassy's Dominion. Mountains of Elysium and Bird of Prey, Blades of Glory. I know what Blades of Glory is. Was the Will Ferrell movie about the all-male ice skating team. Yes, I like Blades of Glory. Not because of the all-male ice skating team, but because of Jenna Fisher's part in the movie. But I don't see what Blades of Glory has to do with the chat. Oh, because it's all male? It's all male. But Blades of Glory starred 2 men, and then the other 2 stars were a man and a woman, and then the next star was a woman. So it was really 3 men and 2 women were the 5 leads of the movie. So, I mean, it was almost balanced. I'd pay good money to have Blades of Glory balance of characters in this chat. Especially if one of them was Jenna Fisher. From 2002. Yosef's a Track 95 right. It was so funny. Sci-Fi Nation says, greetings, Bird of Prey, Mile Prey, Sassio, Fellow Nerds. Greetings, Sci-Fi Nation. We were just talking about you. Kronos says, nerds! Sci-Fi says, I was going to watch your stream today, Cinnabon, but it was deleted. Sad. Joseph says, I can listen to you on 1.5, but Gary on 2.0, that's impossible. Yeah, Gary talks pretty fast. Although I was keeping up today. Track 95 says, Kronos, where? And Track 95, Kronos is thinking. Track 95. Tom Spot says, Blades of Glory had lots of gay moments. No, I didn't like it for the gay moments. I liked it for Jenna Fisher, all dressed up in that teddy, trying to seduce the ice skater guy, and then failing. But then turning out to be a nice girl, which she's not in real life, but she plays a convincing one. Cinnabon says it was terrible, you didn't miss anything. How bad could it have been, Cinnabon? How bad could it have been? Sci-Fi says, what was it about? Me, huh? And Sci-Fi is lolling. I think Sci-Fi knows what it was about. I think it was deleted because it was about me. I don't know. I have no idea, but I hope whoever did attend had fun. Let's put it that way. Anyway, guys, so we're going to watch today, like I said, Paradise. This is Season 2, Episode 15 of Deep Space Nine. If you've got it, queue it up. If it's on Netflix or Hulu or CBS All Access or Amazon Prime Video, whatever you've got, you can queue it up. If you have a DVD, you can bring it up. And if you don't have any of those, but you want to watch it live with me, you can go to birdoprey5.com and click on the link for the BOP5 screening room, which is if you go to birdoprey5.com and you scroll down to the bottom of the page, you'll see a link for the BOP5 screening room. You can watch it with me. Keep YouTube tab open so you can hear the commentary. Or if none of those work for you, then in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, you will see well, of course, you don't see. There you go. You will see screenshots, no audio, but you will see screenshots as the episode ticks forward. So you have some idea what I'm talking about. Cinnabon says an hour loop of bird whale super chat would have been better. Wow. Sci-Fi Nation says, no, I missed it. What you said, bird. Oh, no, I missed what you said? Oh, we were talking about how sometimes Mrs. Sci-Fi Nation is allowed to watch through your phone. Mamo Prey took exception because I said allowed. I had to explain that she watches through your phone sometimes. DJ Odyssey wants me to do Dear Bop. Not today, DJ. Friday. Maybe Thursday, but Friday. Trick 95 says Cinnabon, that would have been better than what? Thomas says, I actually said some nice things about Bird of Prey on Cinnabon's stream. Got all you know, Bird of Prey. Wow. Joseph says Netflix is queued up. Kronos says Bird of Prey. This is a crazy environmentalist DS9 favorite episode. Yeah, this is the Green New Deal episode. They should just rename it Green New Deal. Cinnabon says my stream, Trick 95. Alexander Brooks says hello guys, welcome. Joseph says this episode about a woman with a plan. Joseph says hi to Alexander and hello to Joseph, says Alexander. Okay, so we're going to hit play in just a few seconds. So get your stuff queued up. Sci-Fi Nation says, tell Mamo Prey it's just easier when the Mrs. phone isn't charged. Understood, she says. Tracking if I haven't signed Cinnabon, there was no way it could be that bad. And Kronos says, what is Dear Bop? Should I ask? Kronos, if you go to birdoprey5.com and you click on the Dear Bop link, you can submit anonymous questions to me that I will answer on Mondays and Fridays during bed live streams, and sometimes in their own videos during the week, where I will give you advice or help on whatever questions you have. They're totally anonymous, and I help everyone who asks for help. You know, best that I can, which is talking. Don't ask for me to do anything physical, because that's not going to happen. But if it's something I can talk you through, I'll talk you through. Okay. So, we're going to hit play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Hit play. So, it's a station log. Cisco is giving a station log. Chief O'Brien and Cisco are looking at nearby star systems out through the wormhole. Cisco's having Jake work with Chief O'Brien. Cisco's having Jake work with Chief O'Brien, so Jake can learn what it takes to be in Starfleet. And apparently Jake placed in the lower third in mechanical aptitude. But now O'Brien said he was placed in the bottom third in mechanical aptitude too. It wasn't until he started fighting in the Cardassian War that he realized that he had an aptitude for mechanics. And he had 10 minutes to save people, and he did it in 9 minutes and 53 seconds. Poor Cisco. This is still when he thinks Jake is going to go to Starfleet. Rock solid. There could be a kissing Dax if somebody puts in a super chat. It's always a possibility. So, looks like they found a planet that's a perfect place to set up a colony. But O'Brien's already picking up human life forms. And Cisco is saying that there is no colony on record there. So this is actually the Alpha Quadrant side of the wormhole, not the Gamma Quadrant. So they're going down to introduce themselves, because all human civilizations have always been friendly and open. No reason that one of them should stay back on the runabout. So they were able to beam down, but all technology has stopped working. No EM activity at all. Well, you're alive. There's EM activity in your heart, your brain. And luckily they speak English. Or the universal translator's working. The universal translator works even though all other technology doesn't work. Or they speak English. You take your pick. Rock Solid Productions with a $1 super chat. Thank you so much, Rock Solid. Not kissing Dax, but there's a 1 in 30 chance. A 1 in 30 chance. You get a 1 in 5 chance if you donate through Streamlabs. The link is in the description. Live with Matthew says, holy crap, it's Jean-Luc Picard playing Robin Hood again. Yeah, we've got the opening credits here. So Jake was still supposed to go to the academy at this point. Or at least that's what Cisco expected he would do. And we find out O'Brien was not a natural talent, which I think goes against canon, because didn't Picard, in All Good Things, say that he knew that O'Brien played with things when he was a kid? And O'Brien's like, how did you know about that stuff? He's like, oh, it's on your record. And he's like, oh. So I'm pretty sure this was a retcon, that O'Brien wasn't good at wasn't mechanically apt as a kid. Or it's just O'Brien lying to Cisco to make him feel better, which I suppose is possible, because O'Brien tries to be a nice guy, so whatever he has to do to make somebody feel appreciated or feel like they have a shot, maybe he'd do. But no, O'Brien was good at mechanical stuff his whole life, like most engineers are. Engineers are born, not taught. Oh, this guy recognizes Starfleet. Says the uniforms have changed. His name is Joseph. And there's O'Brien. Like, how did you get here? There was no record of a human colony here. Oh, they had their ship was on a way to set up somewhere else. They had problems. They had to land, and they've been stuck. They got stuck here 10 years ago. So O'Brien says, we can take you all home. And this guy says, no, after 10 years, this is our home. O'Brien says, but you just said there's nothing works here. He's like, we do. So he tells the kid to run along ahead and warn the mother they have guests. So he didn't say warn. He said, tell your mother. So it was the Santa Maria was the name of the ship that they've now turned into the cabin. And so Alexis. Oh no, her name is Alexis. I forgot. She asks if there are others. So runabouts are only 2 years old. So this guy was the engineer. Joseph was the engineer. The kid's asking who won the soccer matches. Oh my God! Even in the 24th century, the guy gets a knee replacement, but it's never the same. Oh, how depressing! How depressing! So the woman asks, "What are women's fashions like?" And so O'Brien says that his wife has been replicating longer dresses. So O'Brien wants to get some response from the EM systems, but the lady says they gave up hope. They had no functional tricorder. There you go. There you go. Somebody got it. Kissing Dax, you son of a bitch, says Rock Solid. You got it, Rock Solid. I didn't have any part in that. That was all you. All random. All random. So this woman is pretty full of herself. We've rediscovered what man is capable of. It hasn't been easy. Bitter winters. lost dear friends. But so the other lady asked if we're all going to leave when the others come to rescue. And the leader lady, Alexis, no, not you, says that's something each and every one of us are going to have to think about. So she asks if Alexis is going to leave, and she says, no, I'll never leave. But you know what? I think you are, Alexis. You're going to leave in cuffs. Joseph says, so Alexa is evil. So she says, you guys are welcome to whatever our community has. We only ask you contribute. Cisco says, we'd be happy to do our part. And she says, can you find them some bunks? Because of course there's going to be extra bunks. And so the woman, Alexis, tells her son, 2 more strong, healthy men. That could mean a lot to this community. Like she doesn't think they're ever going to leave. So now we're back on Deep Space Nine. Kira asks if they know some admiral. And Dax says that he's the best poker player in the fleet, besides her. So the admiral is coming to Deep Space Nine to discuss Cardassian foreign policy, and Dax is like, no, that's just an excuse. Just an excuse so to get a game in with Cisco. So apparently Cisco's quite the poker player. But this is when they find out that the Rio Grande isn't responding. So they left books in their rooms like hotel Bibles. Cisco's been reading the books. Economic analysis, political commentary. Library Matthews and Bird Prey, sure there are extra bunks. With no medicines, there's going to be a lot of deaths. I guess that's true. Mountains of Elysium says, Dear Boff, Bird of Prey, shouldn't the citizens have JFK'd her? Could have saved a lot of suffering. It seems like her son is the only one with a weapon. Kronos is Bird of Prey. They found a really good actress to play the part of Alexis. Do you think she is crazy nuts in real life? I don't know. Honestly, I've never seen her or of her in anything before or since that I'm aware of. So Cisco's asking O'Brien what happened to all the technology. And the old engineer said that they threw it away. So where did they throw it away? Removing every trace of the technology made the transition easier. So this guy was the last convert. Alexis was right. She was helping discover a new philosophy. I'm not gonna have her order sundresses. So some kid's fever is getting worse. They called Joseph in. The new herb isn't helping. An insect that transmits a disease. They've lost 3 people. So O'Brien says the medical kit in the runabout could take care of this in a second. And Cisco says we got to find a way around it. And Alexis says that would all be a waste of time. O'Brien has a plan. Alexis is yelling at them now. Says if you really want to put your efforts to good use, search the forest. And Cisco says this is primitive medicine. We can't expect. And then she's like, can I speak to you outside, Ben? So Alexis is saying people don't follow me, they follow their hearts. Plants, herbs, and molds that cure disease. Yosef says she called for Joseph, not Yosef. Ah. Thank you. Thank you, Yosef. And Life with Matters is Bird of Prey. See, there's another bunk about to open up. So, Alexis says, let's stop talking about Starfleet rescue uniform. And I also suggest you get rid of that uniform. Did she say it's going to get too hot for him? So we're back on the station after commercial. The Rio Grande's been spotted. A Romulan vessel reported seeing an abandoned runabout. Why would the Romulans just let an abandoned runabout go? Why wouldn't the Romulans capture the runabout? They have, it's got Starfleet technical stuff on it. So these Romulans found it, but apparently it's still in Federation space because Jadzia and Kira are going after it. I mean, it's amazing that they could even catch up to it. Sci-Fi Nation says, oh, that's cray-cray. She's a nut job and a half. Kronos says, it's really amazing. Every freeze frame of her is just, wow. That woman be crazy. And Sci-Fi Nation is saying, lock her up. Lock her up. So Brian says that around his house, he's known as the Black Thumb. He can't get anything to grow. The only way he could get anything to grow was by marrying a botanist. And now he's talking about meeting her on the Enterprise. I wonder if Data would work, if Data was there. And now O'Brien sees the box. They're opening the box. This is how Turtistan, by the way, Turtistan Anti-Tracker was inspired by this episode. And if you break laws in Turtistan, you go in the box. Of course, the Turtistan box is made of turd. So it stinks even more. It stinks even more. So now O'Brien and Cisco are kind of realizing what the hell is going on here. O'Brien's like, what did he deserve to do this? And he said the guy stole a candle. And so Cisco asks Alexis if this is part of her philosophy. She's like, you're Starfleet. You should know about discipline. He says, this is torture. She said, everybody, including this guy that got in the box, approved that this form of punishment was necessary. He's saying he'll be all right. He's sorry. I won't steal any more candles, Alexis. So she says, okay, now go inside and get some rest. And stop sticking candles up your butt. What the hell else do you need a candle for? I mean, seriously. John Araki with the $1 super chat. Thank you. Mountains of Elysium says Bird of Prey. Among the bat crap crazy. When they go especially insane, they've gone Alexis insane. Line with Matthew says, what's in the box? And O'Brien says, I get the distinct impression she expects us to be here for a while. And we got mourn for John Araki. John Araki, I don't know if you were here earlier, but we already got a kissing Dax from Rock Solid. Rock Solid put in $1 via Streamlabs and got us kissing Dax. Mountains of Elysium says, Bird of Prey, Turdistani's dream accommodations are as luxurious of this box. Kronos says, candles are used for lighting, Bird of Prey. Sure they are. Alexis doesn't believe in doors. So she sent this lady over to Cisco to love him long time. Said it wasn't easy for us in the beginning. She told us that it was to be patient. It's like your muscles must be sore from all the work. I've got an oil extract. I'm going to rub it into your muscles. Would you like me to massage you with it? Oh, Cisco saying, I don't think so. Come on, Cisco. In just a season or two, you're going to go to the Mirror Universe, and you're going to bang Jadzia just to keep up your cover. It's like, why did she send you here? Did she send you here to make love to me? Yep, she did. She did. So Cisco comes over in the night. Cisco closes the book on her. That's the first core behavior I've seen. And Cisco said, does that come before or after sexual procurement? So he said, did you send her to my room? She said, yes. And Cisco said, I think you're contemptible. Contemptible. She's like, no, Cassandra came to me. She was worried. She sensed you weren't happy. She said, I make him happy. I can make him happy a long time. Sci-Fi Nation's Bird of Prey. The forced wannabe sex scenes are abominable in this episode. Abominable? Did you mean adorable? Or abominable? I don't know. Yosef says, I want to do those things to Jadzia. Everybody wants to do those things to Jadzia. So Cisco is saying that this woman never ate replicated food before she came here. How is it that you happen to crash on a planet that fit her philosophy of life so well? She's like, oh, I started writing a book about our experiences. She's saying maybe in the ancient religions of man, there's new truths to be found. Sometimes fate delivers us exactly where we need to be. And Cisco says, perhaps one day you'll even feel the hand of God on her shoulder. She's like, look at you, still in your uniform. Although Cisco will have found out that his whole existence was due to the gods of the wormhole, to the wormhole aliens. That he indeed has a fate. That he was born because it could be no one else. and he finds himself in the one place he absolutely needs to be many a times over. Abominable, like the abominable snowman from Rudolph. Okay, abominable. Kronos' bird of prey, she's a nutty professor. I don't know if nutty explains it. See, why don't Cisco and O'Brien just leave, right? Why don't they just say, "Hey guys, thank you, but no thank you. We'll make our own bunk in the forest, and we're not going to bother you until we find a way to be rescued." And then they just walk like 10 kilometers away, and one of them is always on guard. Yosef says, "Is my teenage years, I was thinking about Jadzia about 3 times a day." So they're asking Cisco if he's going to be able to work his regular shift. And yes. So O'Brien takes him. Why does he have to work his shift? And she also tells him that he should change his clothes. But the little girl is feeling better. The little girl is feeling better, and that Joseph is optimistic about the new combination of moss and whatever. So Kira was volunteering to beam over because they're moving at warp. So now she's going to try to lasso. Now she's going to try to lasso a moving the Rio Grande at warp. So Jadzia says, if the assembly teams did their jobs and had a good day, we'll probably be able to do it. But if they had a bad day, we probably won't. And she says, unless Kira has a better idea as ranking officer, which she doesn't. So Jadzia's roping the Rio Grande. And they've engaged impulse engines. They are pulling it out of warp. And let's face it, we all know it goes fine. Sci-Fi Nation says, I want to see Bird of Prey ranting to scam callers. Well, that was Sister O'Prey. And like my Bird of Prey, haven't they done the warp speed transports before? Yes. But it doesn't mean it's easy. It doesn't mean it's easy. They've never done it as a matter of fact. It's always, whenever they've done it, it's been an issue. And perhaps doing it on a small runabout makes it harder. Oh, Megan has died. The little girl that they said was doing better. She's died. So she says Meg's dedication was very admirable. That's why I'm so troubled by an act that defies. So now they're bringing O'Brien forward. Like, all of us have welcomed our visitors, but they continue to reject us. This man has committed the worst offense that can be committed against this community. He's selfishly wasted precious time that could have been put to productive use. Why isn't O'Brien just smacking this bitch across the face? Just smack her. Say, shut up, woman. I was trying to save your girl. I was trying to save that person. And hit the kid too. He's big enough. He's old enough. He could take a punch to the face. They need a little bit of a beatdown. Cisco punched Q in the face. He needs to do it here. Well, maybe you should all be dead. Frodo says she may like it, Vertebrae. Best be careful. If she likes it, she likes it. So they take the box out. And she says to O'Brien, you're not, Cisco says, you're not putting O'Brien in there. She says, no, I'm not. You're his commanding officer. I hold you responsible. I'm putting you in there. And O'Brien says, the hell you are. And then they show this little wooden spear at O'Brien. And he stops. O'Brien, who's been shot at by Cardassians, has a little kid holding a wooden spear to his general vicinity, and he stops fighting. O'Brien, you could have taken them all out. You could have taken them all out in hand-to-hand combat. Between you and Cisco, you could have beat them all down. And he said, there's a new person in charge. Now, I'm your new Alexis. I'm in charge. Put Alexis in the box. And they put a lock on the box. Like the box isn't bad enough. So they've got Cisco in the box. See, O'Brien should say, why is the only black man in the box? He should play the race card. Maybe it still works. I didn't see any other black guys there. Life with Matthews says, bird of prey, fear the pointy stick. It's a lot more dangerous than Cardassians. So they're tracking the trajectory. They're tracking the trajectory of the runabout. So they're towing it back to where they think it came from. Frodo says, wow, it comes down to this, always with the racism. I'm not being racist, I'm pointing out that she was being racist. And they had Cisco brought in, racist. She says, please hit her! Hit her! She's saying, this is painful for me too. I want to give you some water, let you lie down to sleep, but I can't. Because I'm a bitch. Not without your help. She's like, I know it's too difficult to speak. Just listen. Here's some water. Oh, look at the juicy, juicy water. Just take the water. She says, change doesn't come easy. I'm not expecting miraculous conversion. Change will come if you're open to it. But you have to show us you're open to it. A good start would be to get rid of the uniform. And here, I just happen to have some old dirty clothes for you. I will leave you these clothes. Once you've changed, you can have this water. Then she puts her hands on him. She's Me Tooing him, too. You don't have a right to touch his body. You weren't invited to touch his body. Okay, first, drink the water. Second, smack her. I gotta say, this was a powerful moment for me as a kid. Cisco, not drinking the water, is barely able to walk, but he's walking himself back into the box just to prove the point that he will not be bullied by Alexis. Nobody expects him to do it. He tells O'Brien, don't come help me. Don't you come help me. Look, they're all white people. This is racist. Well, white and Asian. So O'Brien's trying to make fire. Joseph comes up. Not Yosef, Joseph. He's not in the closet. Cronus could be a new name for sparkling water, Bird of Prey. You could start a new franchise. So O'Brien says they got to track down the duophonic field. And he's like, there's acetone deposits. He's like, it's not acetone deposits. We'd already be out if it was it. So Joseph says, so you want me to look the other way while you leave? And he said she'd put you in the box if she found out. So Miles says, well, do me a favor, just bend down and look at that deposit I just discovered. And he says, I can do it so it won't hurt at all. So you see, Miles has the moves. One put to the back of the neck, and he knocks him out. Convincingly knocks him out. And Miles takes some rocks and some water, and using some sort of like magnet device, he's tracing the field through the forest. Kronos' Bird of Prey 5's own juicy water. Sounds like a hit. Wow. That is the best-selling water in Karoga. Bird of Prey 5's own juicy water. It's Karogan, so you know it's good. Pumped by real orphans. Alexander, this is Bird of Prey. How many calls from she-males today? 2. I got 2 calls from she-males today, Alexander. I was shocked. But I picked up, they said, hello, this is she-male number 1. And they asked if I was interested in getting a magazine subscription to She-Male Weekly. I said, no, thank you. And then about an hour later, lady says, hi, this is She-Male number 2. And asked if I was interested in a timeshare in Key West. And I said, no, thank you. Oh, there you go. Two she-male calls today, Alexander. Oh, and the kid is shooting arrows at Miles. Why hasn't Miles worked on a weapon of his own? This kid really deserves to get the beat down. So O'Brien used the old trick, hang the uniform from the tree, and the kid fell for it. And now he realizes he shot an empty uniform, and O'Brien jumps out of the tree, knocks out the kid with the back. And he says, you finally got one of us out of our uniform. So now O'Brien's dragging the kid tied up and says, where's Alexis? Get the hair out here. And he shoots the phaser at the box, and he gets Cisco out of the box, and he's demanding people get him water. He's like, I've got the phaser now. Just start shooting. Shoot the phaser in the air. Do you know why this phaser's working now? Because I shut down the duonetic field that was stopping it from working. It was artificially created. So Cisco's trying to call the Rio Grande. And Alexis says the ship is no longer in orbit. I destroyed it. So he says, so you control the duonetic field. She says, I helped invent it. Wow, you'd be surprised how many scientists are sympathetic to her feelings. You know what? I'm not surprised. A lot of scientists are sympathetic. I think we see that even today. So Joseph is like, so this wasn't an accident. She's like, no, I chose it months in advance. It was far away from any trade route. I hoped when we landed, we'd never leave. And they're all saying, you lied to us. You've been lying to us for 10 years. She's like, yes, I lied. But perhaps a lie can lead to more important truths. Joseph says, Bird of Prey. Have all the original Star Wars movies downloaded. Is it still on the menu for Saturday? Maybe. I think so, Joseph. I think so. Kronos is Bird of Prey. You best not advertise Kroger is involved. I've got to pause this. I've got to pause it. I'll be right back. I know I left the microphone on. I know. Son of a bitch. I left the microphone on. I am sorry about that, guys. I am sorry about that. Also, I left the... Son of a bitch. I left the thing playing. Ah, damn it. Okay, where are we? We're at 41:33. So we've got to go back to... Okay. I apologize, guys. I do. I don't know where we are. I'm pausing this. No, wait, did we get past this point? $43.30. We'll do it at $43.30. Anyway, I'm hitting play again. Sorry about that. She's talking about the potential of man. Just as she knew it would. You are the living proof. And Cisco says, what about the dead? What about Meg and the others? And she says, only the sun knows how she suffered. She watched each of them die. Said you were willing to let them die for your theories. You're going to have to answer for what you've done. She says, I'm prepared to go with you. Casualties were inevitable. She's like, what if it had been your son that had been sick? Would you have let him die too? She's like, yes, I would have let that bitch die. For the sake of the community. She did it all for the community. And now Kira's calling down and says everything's under control. So O'Brien says they have room for everyone on the runabout. If there's anything they want to bring with them, they better get it now. And Joseph says, Miles, this is our home. We're not leaving. He says he's not sure if we'll leave the device on or off. And we'll have to decide if they want to establish contact. But Alexis is right. We have found something here. Well, I hate to tell you something, Joseph. It's not your decision. You're part of the Federation. And the Federation's moving in. The Federation needs a colony here near the wormhole. So you know what? You guys don't get to decide. I know you're going to leave. We're all going to leave. And you think you get to decide. Right? They're all going to beam away right now. Even though they're not in handcuffs like they should be. I hope on the runabout, Cisco gives them a little bit of an interrogation. But they don't get to decide what they want to do. Right? After they leave and Cisco sends his report to Starfleet Admiral's going to say, oh, so there's a human habitable planet right by the wormhole? Guess what? We're colonizing it. It's ours. You don't get to keep a planet because you accidentally crash landed 10 years ago. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Okay, so there were a lot of comments I missed. I apologize, guys. That rarely happens. And people are saying, don't say anything. Alexander says, Bird of Prey, good. Now they identify themselves. Live with Matthew says, wow, kid went straight for murder, Bird of Prey. Yeah. Thomas says, Bird of Prey is a she-male. No, I'm not a she-male. Kronos says, Bird of Prey, sad thing is she conditioned them all to their current lives. Now that really pisses me off to no end. And Kronos says, vacuum time. Live with Matthew says, no one say anything. Trying to be nice. John DeMarco says, Jaloja. And Kronos says, I didn't say anything. And Roxolid says, these commercials really suck. Because he could hear the vacuum going. Yosef says, audio is on, Bird of Prey. Thank you, Yosef. Thank you. John Araki says, breaking news. Turtestan fires missiles at Kurogan Air Base. I hope that didn't happen again. Mountains of Elysium says, Bird of Prey. Alexis is in the running for Warren's VP, or perhaps a dream team with Hillary. No, I think Alexis and Alexandria AOC would be on the same ticket. Kronos just peed a little. Well, I peed a little bit more than a little. Kronos says, oh, there you go, bird of prey. Nylons for you. Kronos says, bird of prey, no need to apologize. I'm having a great time. Alexander says, bird of prey, I still do overtime today. I'll be able to buy Zorro comics because of that. Very cool, Alexander. I mean, I've never read Zorro comics, but if you enjoy it, I hope you do. Rock Solid is wondering if there's a tramp stamp involved. Alexander says, bird of prey, do you think Mr. Bop received new emails? I'm sure he did. I'm sure Dear Bop received more emails. I will go through them likely on Friday. Kronos says, bird of prey, which bitch are you referring to? They're all bitches. Like Matt, bird of prey, the job of putting community over people. The joys of putting community over people. Kronos says they were indoctrinated well. Kronos says, brant it. Joseph says, I would leave in a second. I missed at that point 10 years of bird streams. And Alexander says, bird of prey, the Baku are the owners of their planet. Well, the Baku were there. The Baku were never Federation members. Remember that. The Baku were never Federation members. These people who landed on the planet, they were Federation members. They got there in Federation ships. And they're still Federation members. They were Federation members who were missing for 10 years, but they're still Federation citizens, right? Like if a group of Americans got stranded on an island in the Pacific, and they built a temporary or even a permanent shelter for 10 years, that doesn't mean that America gets to annex that piece of land because it originally belonged to Indonesia or something, but because Indonesia didn't check on it, it's now American. That's not how it works. It's still Indonesia's planet or island, just because Americans have been there for 10 years and nobody noticed. Kronos says, this is not the time to stop lying. Bird cannot be allowed to catch up. Well, it doesn't really matter. Track 95 says, when can you do more Dear Bop? Fridays. Mondays and Fridays are generally the Dear Bop days. Sometimes I'll do a separate Dear Bop stream during the week, but never with a Deep Space Nine stream. And I want to give other people a chance to stream. Yesterday was an unusual day. Anti-Tracker streamed twice. I streamed twice. I wouldn't have streamed if not for the whole Iran thing going on. I really just wanted to talk about it. And I know that there's a lot of other people who like to stream, and I really appreciate that for the most part, we try not to stream at the same time as the other people are streaming. So I feel bad sometimes, especially if I'm streaming twice, when I know other people who might want to stream didn't stream once yet. So I doubt I will stream again today to do a separate Dear Bop stream. But, I hope if other people want to stream, they do stream. Now, Anti-Tracker didn't stream this morning, so maybe he was working. I assume he was working. I assume he will stream either tonight or he'll still be on Midnight's Edge after dark tonight. I don't know. I don't know what his new schedule is. I don't know if he has a new schedule. I haven't heard from Anti-Tracker. So if he doesn't stream before 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. Eastern, check for him on Midnight's Edge after dark. Alexander says, bird of prey, Asian Muslim wife, born in the USSR, is the best choice. Yes, Alexander. Certainly, I'm in no position to disagree. Rock Solid wants Dear Bop's Mountains of Elysium, says, Hail Karoga. And Rock Solid says, unskinny Dear Bop. Unskinny. What the hell does unskinny Dear Bop mean? Unskinny? You mean unsubbing? Now I need to know, Rock Solid. I need to know. Rock Solid did a video earlier today about Game Boy, some system that lets you play Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advanced on your HD TV. It looked pretty cool. The only problem is I don't have any more Game Boy games laying around. I got rid of them when my Game Boy died. Rock Solid says, "Dear Humba." I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, guys, I'm going to call it a night here. Take care. Qapla. I'll talk to you later. Oh, no outro audio. Thank you, Rock Solid. Sorry about that. Had it muted. Take care, guys. Qapla All. Remember to comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Good night.